I know you feeling it.
Used to be in darkness, drowning sin was ocean deep. Bed I made, I laid. I was close to sleep. Decisions had to make. You want your life, but want these streets. These streets want to play just like a friend, but I'm no Greek.
Hey, Esau! Esau! Yo! Come here!
He ain't coming here.
Yeah.
He might.
He come on his mouth to speak, man. What's going on, man? What's going on with you? I want to ask you a question. How you feel about the blacks in America and the slavery that they went through? How you feel about that?
I feel it was wrong that they were enslaved. I don't think anybody should have to go through slavery.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, those people that went through that slavery, they are considered a special people in the scriptures, right? Because the scriptures say that they would go into slavery, certain people. You familiar with the Bible at all?
Not really.
Okay. In Deuteronomy, the Most High say He chose a certain nation of people to be His special people, right? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Right? So those people, He said, if you don't obey me, you'll be put into slavery, right? Mm-hmm. And slavery is also mentioned in the Bible in Deuteronomy chapter 28, specifically verse 68. And they say that we're going to go into slavery again with ships. And that only happened to what people? The blacks in America, right? The Native and Hispanics. So with that happening to those people, what do you feel should happen to the people who did that to them?
I mean,
Because God is all about balance.
I can't really comment company stuff right now.
Okay.
So I can't make comments, especially on film or anything.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you feel
I
like
would
that
say
was?
I'm 90% Cherokee Indian. I don't know people.
Yeah.
I believe slavery was wrong, but I also feel as if the people that committed those sins and made slaves and stuff, I feel it's as if they have already died and they are already paying for those sins that they committed. They're already paying the sins.
Because they
then
died.
why are we punishing the people, their offspring, if we're not meant to judge people just based off of their family and things like that? You know?
Yeah,
That's my
okay.
thing on
I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that because the people who did put the people in slavery, they are no longer with us, so that's their punishment for...
No.
Okay.
They're in hell repenting right now.
They're in hell. Okay.
They're repenting for those sins. They're going to repent for those sins for the rest of their lives because they've gone to a point to where they're done.
Okay. I agree that they're going to repent, but I don't think they repented yet because what they did, those people, they put our people in slavery, right? But they did that to position their descendants. So their descendants will have this hierarchy here in America. So they're above, and the people that they were enslaved, that's in slavery, they're put on below them, right? Maybe you don't agree with that, but that's our reality.
I believe that if we're past 3 to 5 generations past those people that were living during that time, and most of the people nowadays don't agree with the thoughts of those people back then, I feel like they've changed up. It's not really as much of a slavery type of thing now. And you look at, if we try and say white supremacy, our richest people here in America are Indians.
Which would be like East Indians, right?
Any of these neighborhoods.
East Indians?
I'm not too sure. I just say Indians because a lot of them are from India.
Okay.
But go over to any of these $500,000 neighborhoods, you're going to see about 70% of the people there are going to be Indian or Latino
Yeah.
And extremely hardworking Americans, or people who have been able to create their own businesses and things like that.
Right.
But to me, this whole white supremacy thing is, if you see my life,
Right.
and grew up right next to me, you would say that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I understand.
I got all kinds of,
Right.
problems that I had to deal with and trouble I had to grow up with, and so does anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with my skin color at all.
Now, you said you're a Native American. That's
Yeah.
on your father's side or your mother's side?
Father was Italian and Cherokee. Mother was Cherokee.
What was
fully.
your father's father? Is it, you say he's Italian and Cherokee, so one of the parents had to be Italian.
Maybe say he was. Oh no, he was a Cherokee. He was a Cherokee because I remember meeting my grandmother. She wasn't Cherokee.
Okay, you met your father's father.
No, never got to meet him.
Okay, but you said he is Cherokee.
Yes.
You seen
Pictures
of him?
Yeah.
What do he look like?
Pretty much like me, a little bit more square of a jawline, and pretty much same hair, same beard.
Okay. So maybe a $5 there. Okay. So from what you're saying, your grandfather looked more like you. I'm not sure if he's an indigenous Native American, because it was people that came here and they posed themselves to be Native American to get land.
Yeah.
So those they call those $5 Indians.
Which tribe is that though?
Well, they infiltrated a bunch of the Native American tribes.
Mainly Cherokee.
Mainly the Cherokee, exactly. I mean, I'm an immigrant. If you look at my lineage, then you're gonna look at me as an immigrant.
Right.
And then my mother's side, the little bit of Irish that she has, they were enslaved and immigrants as well.
Well, I wouldn't say they were enslaved. They were indentured
You
servants.
could talk to any
The
Irishman
Irish,
over 60, and they're gonna
say
absolutely
slavery,
rip your throat
but
out.
they weren't slaves like chattel slaves. They were indentured servants. So they were in slavery.
They still had a lot of things. They were still dying in the fields. They
Yeah,
were
of
still
course, 'cause
forced and whipped, all the way throughout the fields. They were still forced to do things they didn't want to do.
Right.
I mean, it was still slavery
Right.
overall.
But they didn't serve slavery for the hundreds of years that the so-called black Native Americans, Hispanics.
Yeah, they did.
So they were slaves, but then they were free to do.
Yeah, because they fought.
Right. So
Because all the towns around them realized that, oh wow, these are just any other hardworking Americans. Also,
So-
half of my family's from North Carolina, and you
Right.
can look at that right now at this moment in time, and we're the ones fighting the most for immigrants and freedom of rights and things like that.
So with those, they were hardworking, right? You say they hardworking and they fought.
Well, it wasn't as much that as they were just hardworking and good people. And
Okay.
they worked alongside them, and they also saw that, the few people that did work alongside them and didn't see them as slaves
Right.
helped them more. And then, them in that time, them having that skin color allowed them to get things like firearms, fake their accent, and things like that,
Right.
and pass off as another American so they could get through with this, revolt or whatever
So,
like that they had to do.
With them being hardworking, how much more were the slaves that were?
They were just as
They were
hardworking.
just as hardworking, and actually they were more dependent than the Irish, because they were beat, raped, robbed, and murdered, and they didn't really fight back. They had slavery boats, but the majority, they used us to raise their kids. So how you can trust those slaves, because you gave the slaves your baby to feed. You gave the slaves your baby to babysit, right? To nurture and raise up. So the slaves were way more dependable, or should have had more respect, if you will, than the Irish, because the slaves actually built this country. So I mean,
I agree with that. My thing is it's
been however long, right?
These guys have been protecting the health for their slaves for
Right.
however many hundreds of years.
Okay, so
That's my thing. Is as at this point, this happens.
Right.
It happens in every single country. Look at China. Look at any of Asia. They had they had the longest run of slavery out of any of us.
That would be
Korea
more
as
so.
well.
That's Muslims, right?
No, that's Asia. If you look it up right now, you can look it up. Asia is the longest standing country that had regular slaves.
But,
yes.
Yeah, well, we're talking about chattel slavery. We're talking about chattel slavery where you're beaten to work, forcefully work.
Yes,
right?
That's the same exact thing as in China. They were forcefully worked, they were raped, they were beaten, they were thrown in the streets, hung for just simply not listening. You could, I really recommend looking up some of Asia's slavery because it can really give you a lot of good points.
Right. I'll look that up.
Because it's insane what happened over there.
Right.
And it's still happening on a smaller basis, more of like child labor type of thing. They're cracking down more on it, but it's one of those things like we got out of it earlier than a lot of other places did. There was about 100-year break. It was 100 and something year break from Asia, and after we got rid of our slaves, it was over 100 years that they were still having people in slaves.
Right. Well, I beg to differ because our people were still, because after slavery they still made laws to where you would be put in jail and still have to.
Yeah. They had it basically to the point to where almost any and all small towns, you could be up to discretion, and if it was a racist ass cop that was, 30 years ago,
they was locking people. They was locking blacks up for walking beside the train tracks.
Yes. Yeah, it was literally because they had it, so it was discretion. So it was completely discretion on the officer. There wasn't really much law base in there. Right. There was stuff to protect black people at that time. But and all other colored people.
What was to protect black people at that time?
Like in the North, they had different types of laws. Like once you had gotten your freedom and things like that, like there was some sort of protection for you. There were circles that you could go to. Right. Like we spend months in high school learning about this.
Right.
Like,
nothing to protect
months. And it's not like, we're just brushing over it. They really go into depth. You watch, all kinds of whatever movies, or you read into all kinds of documentaries and things like that. And that was in high school in Clay County, which is, if you know, or if you're, up with times, that's where the KKK, that's where one of their top residing cities is Clay County. You can do some Googling and look on some Reddit forums and you'll see it. Clay County is Orange Park. Half of Orange Park, you go to the right, you can end up back in Jacksonville, and the other half you turn to the left, and you end up in the sticks to the left. That's Clay County.
Right. Now, you say there was slavery going on with other countries like China, right? The only difference is the people of China aren't the Most High's chosen, right?
Say again?
The people in China aren't the chosen nation of the Most High. The Most High, the creator of all. Do you believe in God at all?
I'm on the fence about everything.
All right.
I believe that there is some sort of higher power. Do I believe it was Jesus Christ himself?
Now, we don't believe Jesus Christ is the Most High God. We believe Jesus Christ was a man.
Well, not Jesus Christ, but what was God's name again? Didn't it start with like a J or not a J?
I'm thinking about Jehovah, but it's Yahweh.
Okay. Yes, that's the one. It was from Indiana Jones, and the little spot where he said God or Jesus' father, or they put it together and they spelled it out and spelled it, and that's what made me remember it. But
it was spelled with the I because in before the 1600s there was no such thing as J.
Mm-hmm.
So they
I knew it was something along those lines. Like there wasn't the letter.
The Greek word for Jesus was Iesus. So when they invented the J, they just slipped that J over the I. It became Jesus. But it was Iesus. That's where Indiana Jones, he stepped on the J, and it broke away.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, his name begins with an I."
Mm-hmm.
Then he got the right
Oh,
brick. But
yeah. But I've honestly really got to go because I've actually got
Before you
get
go,
a work call going.
before you go, yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
You said that China had one of the longest
Yes.
stints of slavery.
It was either China or Korea. I said Asia to kind of like
But
bring it all as a whole.
How
but
does it compare to the transatlantic slave trade? When the death toll of the transatlantic slave trade outnumbers.
I highly recommend looking into it because I think
We have.
You have. I'm not sure on the numbers or facts specifically. I'm not going to try and say I know the numbers, but I do know that they have the longest run of slavery. And there's been multiple videos where people have been talking about slavery and things just like we're talking right now. And as clips come up, blown up all over the internet over someone, actually Googling the clip and bringing it up and then saying, well, actually they did go for 120 years after us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and if you think
it could
about
be
it,
as long,
population
but we're talking about
density too.
the death toll, the atrocities done during that time frame. It doesn't compare to the transatlantic slave trade.
See, I'm not 100% read up on, death toll and exact atrocities. I just know that certain things happened and back in, those days, and I know those people that did those things are in hell and or wherever they are repenting for whatever it is the best way to say it, because I can't really say just hell. There's, so many other religions and so many other ways people repent for their
That goes
sins.
back to what you were saying about, do you believe that the descendants of those people who you say are in hell have to pay for the atrocities that their ancestors did?
No, because if you were a felon, would you want your child to be judged based on your felony?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that question, because how is someone judged from their father? If their father is a habitual lawbreaker, they're gonna say, "Oh, he's gonna be just like his dad."
Exactly.
They're gonna
look at how
prejudge
many
you.
people that were raised by habitual lawbreakers and came out master inventors or giant scholars or billion-dollar businesses, billionaires. Think about the hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that have become millionaires. Not based off of what their family was. They had a horrible family upbringing, were raped as they were kids or anything like that. There's tons of stories on that. And those are just the stories that are out there, that are, popular to say, or that catches the people's eye, or written, you can even say that. But it's just one of those things, I don't think that your child should be judged for, the immediate generation, they were 16 while this was happening. Yeah, all right, and it's, maybe there's some 100-something-year-old that's out there that's still, in his ways. But what's he gonna do? He's 100-something years old. He's just gonna sit there and talk. So it's not like there's really anyone left of that era.
Well, is it still people doing racist things toward?
Yeah, I mean, you can just go play Call of Duty for fucking an hour or two, and for the most part, I feel as if it's mostly words at this moment, I'm talking about black and white racism and things like that. I feel like that's become more words at this point, and less ganging up and, trying to get the other party out or whatever like that.
So how do you feel about sundown towns?
What's that?
Sundown towns.
What's that?
Towns where black people shouldn't be caught after dark.
That's Clay County for you. That literally you can go call people in Clay County and talk to them and they'll tell you that it's a sundown town. I feel like it's wrong. I mean, I feel like anybody should be able to go anywhere in the country, especially if you're American, and you've worked your life here, you've paid your taxes, you've done what you've had to do as an American, so why shouldn't you be able to go and explore a city? And that's just my take on that. And I feel like those cities are holding on to something that really shouldn't be held on to. It's like they're trying to hold on to something for their city, but they're holding on to the wrong thing. like, you guys have a great farming culture, why not hold on to that? Or you guys have a great this, why not hold on to that? You know, it's one of those things, like, I don't believe that that's okay. But I also, you know, I live in Moncrief. You know, I've lived in Moncrief for 3-4 years now. I've lived in Jacksonville for 14. So, you know, it's not like it's definitely ain't no sundown town.
Right now,
If anything, it's a sundown town for me. If you think about it.
no, because the curses that our people are suffering right now, they're more so going to harm each other before they harm so-called white man. So that's what I'm saying. The harm is going to come on. We are more in danger than you are right now.
Yeah.
Because if our people feel that they do any harm to you, they know it's a payment that's going to come from the Jacksonville Police Department, right, or the Sheriff's Department. They know if they harm a white man, they're going to be 10 times. There's going to be 10 times worse the punishment.
Yeah.
But with our people, we kill each other. Some brothers get let out of jail.
Yeah.
Kill somebody.
There's people. Trust me. I've been out around the streets for a while.
Right.
I know people with 3 murder charges that are walking around. Right?
Yeah. Because they killing each other. We
Like,
can let the Negroes kill each other.
Murderers, and just they're allowed to walk around, do whatever they want, whatever they need. And then my buddy got caught with an ounce of weed. He's still a felon, and you know, it's just like, and he has a lot of aspirations and shit. He can't follow those aspirations,
Right.
and it's fucked. Like, this whole system is fucked. It's not just, you know, a whole system on blacks, it's a whole system on everybody.
The system is, I agree, the system is jacked up, but it's way worse for our people because, one, the top reason is because we disobeyed the Most High. When we disobeyed the Most High, we lost our power. Our power lies in us doing the laws of God, right? Now, with your people are supposed to put our people...
I don't really like that word, your people.
Your people.
I'm not really your...
They put us in slavery, but they went above and beyond in slavery, so they took our name from us. They raped, robbed, and murdered our people, right? We supposed to be in slavery 7 years, and we supposed to be let free, right? We was in slavery for hundreds of years. Our people, my people, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the Most High is the Ancient of Days. There's no time frame on when He wants to repay people for when they do a punishment. Those people who you say they are dead and they're in hell repenting, no. All the souls that lives, they die, their body get put in the ground, those souls go back to the Most High who give it, right? So those people haven't got their punishment as a nation, because God judges people as nations. One person is not going to make up for a nation of people who profited off of our people being enslaved. So read Isaiah 14 and 21.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21.
This is what the Most High say has to happen, right? Matter of fact, jump down to verse 1 first. Start at verse 1.
Come. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on
Jacob, the Israelite,
and will yet choose Israel,
the Israelites,
and set them in their own land.
In our own land back in Israel.
And the strangers shall join with them.
All right, so it's going to be some strangers that's going to join the Israelites when we go back to our homeland, right? Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. Read.
And the people shall take them.
Really got to go.
Yeah, I'm about to
meeting at 6 o'clock.
Gotcha. Just let me get this out. You can head out.
And the people shall take them,
right,
and bring them to their place.
And we're going to bring those people to our place. Read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right.
And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were.
Right.
And they shall rule over their oppressor.
Right. Jumping out. We're going to rule over the oppressor. Jump to 21. And this is one of the things that has to happen.
This is verse 21.
Read.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter. What is slaughter? You go to a meat market. What's in the meat market? A bunch of dead animals, right? All right.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter. Not mass murder, but mass Unaliving. Read.
For the iniquity of their fathers,
Read.
that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So we have to prepare slaughter for the children of the people that had us oppressed, right? We're not going to do that today or anything like that right now, but that's what the scriptures say has to happen, right? So those people have to pay.
And just, you say they have to be slaughtered. So we're just going to slaughter every white person?
No, of course not. Of course not.
I mean,
no, then who gonna build our cities if we do that? No, but the people that are going to fight against this new rulership that's going to come, they're going to be slaughtered.
That's just understandable. Yeah. I mean, I just don't see this.
Yeah. It's inevitable. It's going to come, man.
It's gonna come.
It's going to come. Everybody here heard about end of the world and all this. You know, everybody knows what's going to happen. You can feel it. Everybody feels it in their spirit. You feel something is going to happen. You just don't know when.
Exactly.
Right. What's your name?
I can't say. I
Okay.
Yeah. But
what can I call you? I can call you. Can I call you
Don't say
Esau?
Pete.
Huh? Can I call you Esau?
You just say Pete.
Pete. Okay. All right. Esau Pete. All right. So that's pretty much. I just wanted to bring that out to you, man. I'll let you go about your day, man.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right. Esau was not trying to hear that prepare slaughter scripture.
That's right.
He was not trying to hear that. He was, I gotta go. He felt it. He felt it coming.
As soon as you start reading the Bible, he had to go after that.
He can't stomach that. He gonna think about that because he like one of the white boys who sit, smoke weed, and think about shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You can support the body via Zelle or Cash App. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.